We're live. This is the Rich Lieberman Media Pulse. And I'm shaking my head before I even talk about what I'm going to talk about, because this shows you the degree of incompetence, the degree of ineptitude by this alleged radio station, which has no business being even in the marginalized terrestrial radio environment we have today. And even though we really don't have any radio left in San Francisco, this act is ridiculous. I should say non-act. We all know, if you heard the news the past 24 hours, there was a mass shooting in New York City, right there in Midtown Manhattan, at the NFL headquarters on Park Avenue. That high-rise building where this shooter went in, actually took the elevator to the wrong floor, still ended up killing, 4 people, killed himself. It's a tragedy of, they've got the pictures of the victims and all that. It turns out, got the gun in Las Vegas. It was, I guess, some motivated by the fact that he wanted something involving his brain to be looked at. And of course, he goes in and shoots 6 people, 1 severely injured, 4 people died, and he himself killed himself. If you see pictures of the victims, but it was at the NFL headquarters. I have done research. I've listened to a few talk shows nationally, and New York, and the various sports talk shows. They all acknowledged it. They talked about it. It's not just a news story. It's got a subtext involving football, and there's much too much to go into to discuss the subtext. But it is a news story involving sports. And everybody acknowledged it, talked about it. You have to. That's what's called common sense. Well, on KNBR, they didn't mention it whatsoever. And they have the 2 Nimrods in the morning, fill-ins, Dorcas and some guy named Kerry Crowley, filling in for Brian Smurfy. Not a word. The subsequent show from 10 to 2 with John Dickerson, or Dickinson, whatever his name is, and the moron Larry Krueger, they're down at the 49ers training camp. Not a word. Didn't mention it. A good, halfway decent program director says, acknowledge it, talk about it, for God's sakes. Get your head out of your ass. You don't have to go into a lengthy dissertation. You have to just say it. Folks, we've had an unspeakable tragedy that took place in New York City involving a mass shooting at the headquarters of the NFL. And, we acknowledge this because we have to. It's part of life. Sometimes the toy department has to report bad news. This thing took place at the headquarters of the NFL. I mean, again, the guy got off the wrong floor, but he shot 5 people to death, killed 4. 1 is in serious condition, of course, killed himself. And again, there's a subtext out there involving the NFL and football and the brain and all that kind of a thing. In fact, they even said he shot himself in the chest, not in the head, so they can look at his brain. That's another story. I'm not going to get into that. But the fact of the matter is, this shows you the degree of ineptitude at KNBR. I will say this. The other station in the market, 95.7 The Game, FM, the morning show, not only did they acknowledge it, they talked about it. As you should. It's called the real world. It's called real life. It's called get your fucking head out of your ass and occasionally do something that is common sense. This is not just sports. This is beyond that. This is a news item. It's a tragedy, obviously, part of our American culture, and that's another story to get into, not suitable for this time. But you have to talk about it. The Infinity sports shows that are based in New York, of course, they not only talked about it, acknowledged it, but they also, it's obviously a lot more punitive in New York City, where this all took place on Monday night, and these victims. And go look at them online. Some of them worked at the NFL. Some of them worked for a real estate company that had heavy duty presence in the high rise there. But the fact of the matter is, and I am a stickler for stuff like this, you acknowledge it. Doesn't mean you have to go into a dissertation for 5 minutes, but you talk about it. You bring it up. You note what happened, because that's what you do. It's common sense. And not everything is sports and sports. Get out of the bubble. Yet KNBR, and this is what I've heard lately, and it's really kind of an insult indirectly. Say KNBR now is basically a college radio station. Folks, that's supposed to be meant as a knock on KNBR. I would argue college radio stations are more responsible. They're more run professionally. Whereas KNBR has become worse than a college radio station. They do a good job. They are run by morons. They have no missive. They have assholes who are inside the building who don't know what the hell they're doing, let alone don't know how to do a professional broadcast. So it's beyond the fact that they're run like a college frat house. It's a frat house. They have Nimrods running around. It has become a joke. And, San Francisco, the Bay Area, deserves better. KNBR used to be a legacy station, used to be run by professionals and have professionals inside the building, responsible people, people that had personality, people that had legitimacy. Now it is morons, and I'm trying to be diplomatic, running it, who don't know how to run a radio station, and talent that is god awful. It's a joke. College radio stations would acknowledge the obvious. College radio stations would not have frat boys and Uber drivers and idiot people who are responsible and who know what the hell they're doing and live outside a bubble, in this case, the sports bubble, talk about this, yet they don't. It is a joke. I am calling out KNBR. I know a lot of you people out there will agree or disagree. I can't imagine many people in the middle, but let the record show that the sports bleeder, the idiots, the morons, the incompetent yahoos did not say a word about the mass shooting at the NFL headquarters in Midtown Manhattan that took place on Monday night. And yes, that's a total ridiculous thing and a total abomination.